Hi everyone, Sumit here, and today in this video I would like to talk about what is the reason behind me being so against the institution of marriage. My In many of my videos I have talked about the social implications and the judicial implications of a marriage, but it is my reason behind being against marriage is not only the social reason. However, this is the important one, that marriage is a social structure and it is a patriarchal system. But more than that, it is very personal as well. Not my personal, but my understanding of how personal marriages can be. The most dangerous aspect of a marriage is that it is tied and bound by society and judicial system. And you people sign a paper and you agree that in our personal relationship, in our love interest, we are letting other people inside. And so, in case, unfortunately, unwantingly, a time comes that you people are against each other, because that is truly possible. It is not an impossible thing to imagine or fathom. And if a time comes that you people do not like each other and you do not want to be with each other, that is the time when the society gets into it. And you have given them the right by signing that document, by being into a legal institution of marriage. So now, when you have allowed them to get into your personal lives, the two of you who wanted to get married, now they get into your life. And because the purpose of you people, or those people who sign a document to get married, the sole purpose is that you expect others to get involved in your relationship when there is some problem, because you always knew that, for example, if a person knows that if something doesn't work out, they should walk out, they should be able to walk out, there should be no social or legal implications. Because why do women lose their financial ability to earn after getting married? Because they are expected to bring children into the world. And so they seek financial security when there is a divorce or something. So, and that is not love. I'm not saying that it is something wrong in seeking financial stability, because women do sacrifice their lives, their bodies, their mental health. But the question is, why is it required for women to sacrifice themselves for a structure that is made by the society to control them eventually? So they give themselves up. They willfully, surrender to patriarchy, and they give up their careers. They willfully give up their bodies for marriage. And even they are so aware that marriage is a bad thing, or it's a patriarchal system, that nobody in support of them. Women get married so that they don't feel lonely. If you want to get married understanding the disadvantages of marriage, even if you want to get married, then the sole reason is that you don't want to feel lonely, that you are ready to to face all the consequences that marriage and society and legal system brings into your life at a later point of time. I'm not expecting that it happens to somebody, but it does. on different levels. Now, moving ahead of the social and judicial involvement in marriages, I want to talk about very, very personal, emotional, and psychological issues of getting into marriages. Now we understand that we can't get out of marriage when we want easily. It is not so easy to tell your partner after 1 year of marriage that I want to get divorced. It is not that easy. It is not easy at all. And now, at some point of time, one of them realizes that they wanted freedom at this point of time. Now, many of you might ask that this should be considered while getting married, not later. But who are you to, and who are we to question an individual human being's new learnings? Assuming that a person is fully into a relationship right now, they want to get married and they want to have children, want to make a family, want to be faithful all the time. But it's human nature. What if after a year or 2 or 5 years, they don't want that partner? And now this is not love. How can you assume that? How can you? It is totally politics that you want to tie other people in the name of morality. You want to morally, tie them up with yourself because you are afraid. What if this person falls out of love after 5 years? So they should not have the provision to leave. Let us tie them up with us so that they can't leave. And if they want to leave, there is the entire judicial system, the entire society surrounding us. So it will be so difficult for them to leave us. Isn't it so evil to tie your loved ones into a system and expecting revenge if they try to leave you or leave the relationship in first place? What if the same person who was so in love with you at one point of time and gets into an affair after 3 or 4 years? What then? You just want safety from that thing, and that's not love. When people say that it is in two individuals' hand, the people who are in relationship, who are trying to get married, it is in their hand. But what is in your hand right now will not be in your hand tomorrow. Human beings evolve, they change, they keep changing. What you are promising right now, you might not be able to keep that promise tomorrow. And that is why you want to involve the society, to torture each other, to play with each other's personal freedom, individual identities, so that they have no way out of the marriage. And even if they have a way out of marriage, it is so painful, so painful. Society and the judicial system makes it so painful for anyone who wants to escape a marriage. And so whoever supports and dignifies the institution of marriage, saying that it is not as patriarchal if we leave few rituals, or we come up with a mutual understanding, and if both the parties are well educated, they are well understanding of each other, and it is their choice that they do not let the society and the legal system in. It is not their choice. It is not their choice. Can't you imagine if you are so in love with somebody and they want to leave you? You won't want them to leave you. No. And if you would be ready for them to leave you, why would you want to get married? It can happen in a relationship without marriage as well. Wouldn't that be easy for both of you? Wouldn't that be so free? That two people who loved each other, now when they change, any of them change, they do not have a social obligation on each other. This is natural love. This is love actually. But People who believe in marriage, I believe they are so evil. People who believe in marriage, their entire existence run on, you know, making others go through pain, or maybe themselves. Probably they themselves will not be the same after 2 or 3 years, and maybe they would want to get out of the relationship, but not easily possible, not easily done. Laws give you guidelines. It's so difficult, and then you are bound by it socially, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, and your duties are related to it. In case you reproduce, now the female party is more bound with the children. It's nature. We can't argue that. In many cases they are not, but most of them, mothers are bound with their kids. It is painful for them. And for men who are earning more, because women give their lives up, their careers up for children, to bring up the children. So the men earn, and now men have to give their property, their hard earned money. And so when you say that it should have been considered earlier, if you didn't want to give alimony, why did you get married? Exactly, that is what the point is. Why do you want to get married if you are not able to take all the pain that it brings in? But I do not understand feminists who specifically, defend the institution of marriage. By any mean, by any point, it is not a natural or suitable idea for any human being who wants to be an individual. It is feasible for people who do not want to be left alone, who don't want to feel alone, or who are so mesmerized by the romantic idea of two people being with each other forever and ever, whereas it is not natural. It is not natural. Even if you think that I am a bad human being who is uh, you know encouraging people to be in relationships only and not get married, it is up to you. But I am only talking what is natural. There was a time when human beings were born and they did not get married. It was only when the civilization landed on this planet, people put bricks by bricks and made a society. It was only that time, after that only, people started getting married. Before that, it was all natural. So nobody can claim my thoughts to be unnatural or immoral. It may be immoral because morality is also an aspect of the society. Outside society, everything is natural. Outside marriage, everything is natural. People may fall in love, people may fall off love. And you know what significant implications could be if you get into a marriage. There is a very popular speech by Osho in which he says that many a times uh, people want to get free, so free from each other in married relationships, that they come across with the ideas and thoughts and dreams of killing each other, which will bring them freedom. And the next day, they would wake up telling themselves, what a stupid dream, what a stupid thought. How can I kill somebody? But at least the thought passed away, passed in your head. Isn't it criminal? Isn't it violent? Having a feeling of some feeling like that for your own loved one. Is it what people get married for? To be in a situation, to put themselves and the other person in a situation where they have to get filled with so much contempt and hatred for each other, and with life and with society and with all of their duties with their children, etc. This idea of getting married is so romanticized that people want to, you know make peace with it. Okay, I am a feminist, I believe in equal rights, I believe in individuality, etc. But marriage is not that bad. Then okay. Anything that society expects to put you in, be it marriage, be it careers, you might, people feel envious of each other in a specific career while studying, or envious of their fellow classmates. They want to be on the top, they want to be ahead of them. Many want to cheat in their examination, and many want to, make a heist. Many want to kill each other. Many want to kidnap each other just to be on the top, just to feel happy, just to feel relevant in the society. And where does all of this sinful, criminal thoughts cross our minds? When we are in a race to prove something to the society, and we are in a race to be relevant, and we neglect that we are individuals, that we are different from other people, that we should prioritize ourselves first. If we do everything just as society is doing, just making a little alterations in the social structure will not help us. It won't help us. And marriage specifically, see, every other thing, in every possible thing, it is possible for you to get out easily, to step back. It just take a moment of courage and self commitment that you want to get out of that thing. You can get out of a career, you can get out of a degree if you want to. People leave their degree in the middle of the session. People leave careers. It's easy if people are courageous. It's not easy if people are not courageous. But it is impossible to even courageous people to get out of marriage easily. Because that is the thing that has kept you bounded by contracts and legal documentations and the judicial system, law, lawyers, priests, and your family, your neighborhood, you are so surrounded by them that your entire ego, your existence depends on this relationship. And so even when you are just trying to get out of it, you don't, because you have to maintain a certain stature in the society, that you want to be called a bad human being. Even in today's generation, a recent case of Johnny Depp and his wife, even in today's generation, when people are more educated in comparison to last few generations, I was actively, following their divorce hearings, etc. And it was on YouTube, and people used to comment. And people are so heartless. This is society. Everybody wants to get into your personal life and make it miserable, especially when you are going through hard times. And that is how judicial system fucks your life. Because it's your choice. Because you let them in, and if you don't let them in, nobody can get into your life. But nothing has improved. It has become more traumatic. You are more exposed to external comments, external ideas, what people are talking about you. And now the judicial system is so strong right now that it is not as easy as it could have been thousands of years ago. And by any means, I do not intend or encourage that it is good to leave women in just any condition. This is not what I'm encouraging. I'm encouraging that two individuals, whatever gender they are in, whatever relationship they are in, that they reach to an understanding that marriage is a social structure and it only brings pain into the lives of two sweet, very beautiful individuals. What freedom they have had at some time, they lost it. And I do not understand people even who are mature and very sweet, why do they want to get tied legally? Do they not trust each other? If there is no trust, then the love has already ended. You have been tied by the society only, so there is no love. You try convincing yourself that you are in love, and you try convincing yourself throughout your lives that okay, I can manage with this person. Even if I don't like him anymore, I don't like her anymore. But I can sacrifice my individuality. I can compromise with my feelings. I can kiss somebody who I don't even like. I can have sex with somebody who I don't even like. Because it is difficult for me to get out of the social structure. Because it will be it will be a social and legal disadvantage for me to get out of that structure. How many relationships are going on? The sex is missing, the love talks are missing. How beautiful it would be if they had the provision or the possibility to get out of those relationships and create new beautiful relationships. Wouldn't that be beautiful? But we want to be tied up because we want a permanency in our lives. Because society has fooled us into that if we do not get married at a particular age, we would be left alone forever. But I hope, I believe that a lot of people are emerging into being someone who stays single forever and who are open to relationships with other people, who are open to exploring even at 60, even at 70, even at 50, 30, 35, doesn't matter. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Wouldn't that be beautiful if you could just be set free when you had no intention of being in a particular relationship? That's why the only reason, not the only, but tons and tons of reason that I have that I am against the institution of marriage in its entirety. I can't even accept it if it would be favorable for women, if it would be favorable for both of them, because at some point it won't be. And individual thinking doesn't take time to change. You can't even tell your partner that I don't love you anymore and that I want to leave you and that I'm in an affair and I'm attracted to a new person. You compromise. You got one life and you compromise. So morals above freedom. Let's keep morals above everything. Morals that were made by society, that made getting away a sin, whereas it could have been appreciated by the society because it could bring more freedom to individuals. That's okay. That was my talk on this, my thoughts. If you could have related or you could have found something in this, leave your opinion in the comment section. I'll see you again with another thing. Bye.